Hello, guys. Welcome to Melon Sugar Podcast. This is Ked O, and you're listening to, I would say, like the best podcast in and around the world. Yeah, I would say that. And I just thank all my listeners for continuing to support me and doing the listening everywhere on every platform. I don't know how to thank you guys very much. I really, really do appreciate it. So, to give you a spice of what will happen today, I figured I should just do a recap of our show. It's getting to the end of the year. In some few hours, it will be 2022. So I think most people by now have been in maybe like the next year or something. And I wanted to share something with you. Like, okay, let's do a recap of what has happened. How did our podcast start? You see, Melon Sugar has been a wake up call to me. Because last week I got a mail that my podcast is one of it's in like the top 30 in the category society and culture, and I feel so overwhelmed. And it's like today's episode, I didn't have anything to say. I was like, okay, let me just go about just say what's on my mind about melon sugar. Serious, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and I'd like you guys to just take a seat, enjoy as I just rant about a lot of things that has been going on. So, melon sugar came about out of like I was going to a whole lot, so a friend recommended I should just podcast, and I think that would be a great way to just talk. And I think that advice that he gave was very, very good. And it paved off well because at a certain point in my life, I didn't know what to, but I think podcasting has really, really helped to expatiate whatever I had in me to let other people know that yes, whatever I serve it good, and like they hear it, they love it, they they can just bite and take whatever I take with them and take it with me. So it's been a journey. So I think I googled and got to know what site to do and all that. And I think the first episode, crazy relationship. Seriously, I think that's the most hilarious and the most craziest relationship like that episode. Because that episode was centered around my friends with like topics that they just told me out of nowhere. So I remember when I was done with that episode, I sent it to a friend, and my friends were like, "Nah, this like our situation that you are talking about. Some were hype, some were pissed, some were okay, like funny and all that. But they gave me great reviews, and I think that show was what a lot of people, what you guys listen to, the reviews were so bad that sometimes I just shrugged it off and like, okay, so people do listen. So let me do the episode 2. And the episode 2 was just I picked a topic that I was having a problem with, like guilty pleasures. So I think everyone has their guilty pleasures of everything that they do, and I think that episode was so good. It helped me a lot, and the reviews were so great. I really really loved it, and everyone was so in tune with what I was saying, that the feedback was so real. Yeah, it's like everyone had a guilty pleasures. So after that, I think I went on hiatus for like a week. No, for 2 weeks, and after I plan on maybe I should get something to do. So on a Friday, I think I was recording an episode, and the episode was I'll just name that episode Friday. So after everything, I was like, okay, then let me talk. I like everything entertainment, so let me just talk about it, something about entertainment and make it like look so good and all. And if many of you are not in Africa, the currently that show that was so big was BB and Niger. So okay, then let me do a few episodes of BB and Niger and just talk about what's trending on Twitter. And I think the Freaky Friday. So the name, how the Freaky Friday. So after I finished, I was like, wow, how is Friday? Like, how would people want their Friday to be? And that Freaky came in mind. And okay, then let me name the Freaky Friday. So I plan it to be like every Friday, a show that about just lifestyle show about everything between on social media and all that. And I think the first show, the reviews were so great, seriously. And people got to send me their messages about a whole lot of stuff, and I got to listen very well, and I was very very great. So the second episode, Freaky Friday, hashtag two, it got so I got so many reviews and messages that people were just sending their thoughts, their problems, and I think if you get to listen to my episode, like the Freaky Friday, you can see I share some people's starting stories and all that. So the next one was Freaky Friday hashtag three, then Freaky Friday hashtag four. So after that, a whole lot happened. I actually wanted to invest in whatever I was doing podcasting, and equipment I bought was not in yet, so and I had to do a whole lot because about that time I finished my national service, so I was seriously looking for a job, and you could know like any podcaster, the podcasting thing is not paying, so I have to get other source of revenue and all that. So I was so determined. I wanted to just bring out an episode, and so I was just reading, and something came in mind about COVID, like the anti-vax people who are like their beliefs and all that. So I was like, okay, then this would be like a very very like subtle, like important topic, important thing to talk about. So let me talk about it. So I did my research and all that, and I just spit it fast. And anti-vax or anti-vax, and that episode was so like was one of like I think the breakthrough episodes for Melon Sugar, because that's the best so far before stress stressing out stress out was released. I think before that Kovacs was the best, and it got so great reviews that up to now still people are sending me emails and all that about oh they like the topic and all that. So after that I was like, okay, so this is what people want. So let me have a topic on stress because it's the number one thing that affects the youth anywhere in the world. And me too, I've been stressed out a lot. So I've been able to control my stress and all that, and people haven't been able to control yet. So I think I had to leverage and make sure I get my listeners, I do my research and let them know the stress. Because someone will just feel like, okay, I'm stressed, and stress can lead to a whole lot of things. It can lead to anxiety and depression will kill you. So that next episode, stress, seriously, that one too was so wild. I was so perplexed, petrified, and I was like, okay, so now that I think I've got a full standing and people are liking whatever I do and all that. And seriously, podcasting has really, really been a journey for me. And I think with this few months that I started, I think I started August. It has been a journey because I had to get a hosting. I think the first hosting site was just plain, and I had to change it and all that. And it's eventually helped a lot, and I'm so happy. Like the new hosting site I'm on, yeah, I guess I get paid for what I produce, and I think it's a journey that will help because my friend who recommended it, I think was so helpful, and he, may I say, he passed away um, some months ago, and may his soul rest in peace. Oh, shays. And I'd like to thank you guys, seriously, my listeners, for being in this journey with me. Because seriously, no one can just, I know you can't just listen to a podcast and just enjoy and continue to subscribe to it. And I thank you for letting me into your phones and all that. And my journey is your journey, and I'd like to thank you guys so much. So as this year comes to an end, and in a few hours we'll be going into 2020, expect nothing but the best from Melon Sugar Podcast. From me, your host, Ket O. 2022 will be just massive. It will be a big of a blast, because it will be a whole lot topics, a whole lot. We'll be discussing a whole lot, bringing out a whole lot of things that like affect our society and culture and our lifestyle and everything that we do, and being with the journey that we've been to. I think next year 2022 will be a good year. So I'm very, very grateful to you, whoever listening. I'm very, very grateful, and I hope you continue to support this channel. You can support the channel by just clicking on our link tree in the description below, and just support. Any amount is good. As I leave you, 2021, I think 2021 has been very good to all of us, even though we are in a pandemic year. As compared to 2020, we lost a lot of people, and I think 2021 has been quite fortunate with us, and I think it gives us good hope. And I think for us to keep on going, I'll leave this with you guys, that to be able to feel your cool, just feel good. So with everything good that comes, you should know that the good will still remain with us into 2022. I thank you guys. See you next year for more amazing content. Continue to subscribe to Melon Sugar Podcast. See you same time. Bye.